Welcome to Let's Talk Nonprofit with Brittany Johnson. Welcome to Let's Talk Nonprofit with Brittany and Kev. How y'all doing today? It's good day. It's a good day. And how you doing, Kevin?
I'm good, Brittany. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm so glad that today is the day that we are here. We're back at it. So once again, going to bring you all some nonprofit news. We're going to give you all a good highlight today.
There you go.
And we have a special guest in the building.
Boom.
I am excited. I'm excited. You excited?
I am excited. I know one thing, this weather is helping me out. As far as the temperature is concerned, it's good. This pollen is not. I know one thing, my nose has been wet the past couple of days. I'm telling you that now. I've been having to dry it. You know what I mean? That might have been too much for the podcast, TMI, but we keeping it real here. Let's talk nonprofit because we're going to talk about it. That's too much for the podcast?
I didn't say nothing.
Okay. Well,
I'm just here, so I won't get fired.
They getting the news and they also getting the highlights. And the highlight is I've not been able to breathe correctly through my nostrils because it's pollen here in Atlanta, Georgia.
It's okay.
Y'all.
Get some Claritin.
We are based here in Atlanta, Georgia, everybody.
Get some Claritin. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be
but you know what? On a better note, though, it is sundress season, and we back to that good Atlanta weather when you come down here.
Took it from nonprofit to no, he didn't.
Well,
my God!
People come here to have fun too. No. All right. Regardless of what household you grew up in, you can still have fun.
We're gonna pray for him, y'all. Okay, that's all we're gonna do. We're gonna sprinkle some holy water on him and just keep on going. All right.
You know what could do me better? Give me some news. We're
gonna hit you with the nonprofit news. So go ahead, Kevin. Hit us with the national news.
All right. Get my own self a drum roll. All right, nonprofit national news. Be honest with you, we've had a lot that's going on, and we don't want to take any light from anybody. So we want to make sure we give a kudos and a highlight and a shout out to Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson. She recently was confirmed as the first African American Associate Justice to be voted into the Supreme Court. So clap up for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if our listeners, our viewers, they'll be able to hear that clap. We put it in post. But anyways, that's a monumental, it's historic. And again, she's the first. It's unfortunate of how she had to get to that point. I don't know, Britt, if you were able to see some of the hearings, how they were kind of berating her in a sense. And
I heard them.
Yeah. How'd that make you feel?
I was like, they did what they came to do. They are, of course, they are who they are. So they're going to try to dig up what they can to try to present their argument as to why she should not be the judge or the justice on the Supreme Court. So everybody played their part. Everybody had their highs. Everybody had their lows. But some things I do feel as though they went too far on. Yep. Is with one of the cases trying to pull somebody's record or what things that have been concealed. So at the end of the day, they were trying to play dirty and they trying to talk about her LSAT score. Who cares what her LSAT score is? At the end of the day, nobody gonna come into your office, come into your law firm and say, hey, what was your LSAT score? Yeah. I need to know. Yeah. Oh. But yeah, you did pass the bar though, right? I mean, you gotta pass a bar in order to practice law. Like,
you see the Esquire behind the name.
So it's just, it's a little pettiness that goes on, but at the end of the day,
that's what the process.
The process.
Before we move on that point, I want to also go back and correct myself. She is the first African American woman to be confirmed for the Supreme Court. So I don't know if you all are familiar with, I believe it's Clarence Thomas. He's currently on the Supreme Court, so we ain't gonna say nothing because his wife, she we gonna pray about that. Yeah, we're gonna pray about that. We're gonna pray and put the good vibes on them. But you know what? Right now we got Ketanji, and I apologize if I said her name incorrectly, but she's in the position now because we might have voted away Clarence. But anyways, Brittany, you want to tell us a little bit more about what's going on locally here in Atlanta, Georgia?
Sure. We're going to hop right on into the local news, y'all, because this national news, boy, it gets you. It can get you. This is special. because we have to send out a congratulations to one of our very own, is our co-host,
Hey.
Kevin Randall. He has just been hired on with United Way of Greater Atlanta, and he is now doing the rent and utilities assistance for programs. Well, really, rent and utility assistance start back here in Atlanta with 18 plus million dollars. Is it dollars? 18 million plus dollars?
$18 million. If you're familiar with what's been going on here in the city of Atlanta, since the pandemic has been going on, because we're still in it, but we've been working with the mayor's office, and different organizations have been helping residents get rent and utility assistance. That could be to pay a light bill, that could be to pay a gas bill, Georgia Power bill. Everybody got that bill, I know. Gas, whatever the case may be, and assisting them with their rent. So if you are somebody that is in need of assistance, this is the fourth round that's opening up now. So definitely, by all means, visit 211.org. You can also visit United Way. Now it's opening up.
Can't you call 211 too?
You look, I'm glad you said it. You can call it, you can text it, you can even visit it on your phone. You could do all of that above, because you'll be able to find that information on there.
Awesome.
Okay?
Awesome.
But like I said, just make sure that you keep checking the website. The link is active, but after they go, after all the money is gone, that is when they close down the link. So make sure you're getting in, check with your property or your leasing or your landlord, whoever the case may be, just to make sure they're on the same page too as well. But thank you for that, Brittany. I appreciate that.
Awesome. It's always good to highlight people that are doing great work and are coming on board into the nonprofit sector. And just wanted to highlight you, Mr. Kevin.
Definitely. And lastly, you have to have it been impacted by COVID. I forgot to say that. You can't get no money if you can't show no impact of COVID.
That is important, you guys.
All right. If your child was sick from COVID, you got a case. If you lost your job from COVID, you got a case. If you stopped going to the job because you didn't want to work there, you don't have a case. All right. So just understand that you really have to show the effect. Okay. A separation notice. Don't let me go too much in detail. City of Atlanta might be listening, but if they are, they can be our sponsors here at Let's Talk Nonprofit, because we're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it.
All right, so now we're going to go to the service highlight. Kev, take it away.
Definitely. Thank you, Brittany. So, before we get into our guests, as you all know, what we do is each episode we make sure that we do our service highlights, touching on the people that are doing the work in the community, organizations, all right? This organization I'm about to talk about is called the Initiative Baltimore. They are based out of Baltimore, founded by Christian Gant as well as Don Gatewood, okay? So basically what their mission is to strive to inspire young men to lead their communities through civic engagement, community development, and political leadership, okay? Touching on topics such as importance of voting, democracy, Baltimore County, as well as community needs, the three branches of the government, bullying, and the impacts of gangs. Okay, so if you're familiar with a lot of the inner cities and your major states, so those issues are very prominent, consistent. So if anything, definitely make sure that you shed some light on them, whether you can donate, share, discuss, whatever the case may be. Definitely check them out. You can find them online at www.theinitiativebaltimore.com. And I'll spell it for our listeners. That's www.THEINITIABALTIMORE.com. The Initiative Baltimore. All right. Definitely, Brittany.
All right, so let's get to our special guest that we have here today. Yep. I want to read up a little bit about him. His name is DeQuinten Glenn, and he was born in Mansfield, Louisiana, and he received his bachelor's in kinesiology from LSU in 2016 and a master's degree in higher education administration from LSU in 2018. And in 2016, he founded Four Help in an effort to change the trajectory of Black students in Louisiana and the surrounding areas. Over the past 6 years, Click for Help has served over 6,000 students across 5 different states throughout programming, including tutoring, arts, financial literacy, workforce development, digital media, photography, videography, giveaways, scholarships, and more. His main inspiration throughout life has been his grandparents. Oh, grandparents are near and dear to my heart. Right. They have always preached about hard work and helping others. As a long-term goal, DeQuinten wants Click for Help to be an international organization working with millions of students every year. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome DeQuinten Glenn.
Yes, sir. DeQuinten, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
All right. We are doing great.
Thank you for coming on today.
For sure. Thanks for having me.
Definitely. We appreciate it because we know, we're here in Atlanta. We're based here in Atlanta. And if you can tell our listeners, I know they heard such our tremendous introduction for you with that beautiful bio shared with us. Now, tell us, our listeners, a little bit about you as well as, where you're based out of and a little bit about your background.
Yeah, definitely. I'm DeQuinten Glenn. You know what I'm saying? My company, Click for Help, is based out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, but we do programs in Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Dallas, Houston, and Atlanta. We actually gonna make a stop in Memphis this year as well. So we do all different types of programs. We work virtually, we work in person. We do anything that we can to reach the students in any way we can.
That's good. So tell me what got you in this field?
I'm from North Louisiana, Mansfield. It's a real small place. You got one of everything, one high school, one McDonald's, one Walmart, stuff like that. And during high school, I moved to Baton Rouge, a much bigger city. It had 3 major colleges, LSU, Southern, and BRCC. But I saw the similarities and the issues in education. Like people in Mansfield, if your parents didn't grow up going to college or that wasn't your goal as a kid, wasn't really preached to you as heavy. And even being in Baton Rouge, a place that has multiple major colleges, is kind of a hub with LSU being right there and Southern, a great historically Black college. I saw that wasn't being preached to the kids, and I saw the things that people were missing. So I just decided to jump in. My grandmother taught for over 50 years too. So
nice.
Education has always been a very important thing in our household.
You got it in your blood. That's what that is right there.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. That's what's up. The environments and stuff like that. Let me ask you this: when you were talking about the programs you all offer, I read up a little bit and I saw that you guys have different programs such as the Dead Presidents program and the college readiness. Can you kind of discuss it and touch on some of your major programs that you all cater to the communities?
Yeah, definitely. So this will be our first year doing Dead Presidents. All of our programs have Black themes, so like a Black movie or a Black show, just something nostalgic.
Got you. Dead Presidents.
Yeah, so Dead Presidents is our kind of like our scholarship and college readiness seminar. So our goal is to compile a list of as many scholarships as possible and help high school students apply to them, whether that be just sharing the application with them or reviewing essays, helping them with soft skills that you would use in interviewing, things of that nature. I guess two of our other 2 major programs would be in Living Color, which is our art program. We bring local artists into schools or communities or wherever we're able to work with kids at, give them a free art day, allow them to teach them some art lessons in the various fields of art, and the Do the Right Thing toy drive. So our toy drive, we travel to all of those cities that I listed earlier, plus a few other places, collecting as many toys as possible, wrapping them, giving them out to the kids.
Oh, nice. Okay, and y'all give them out to the kids in Baton Rouge or give them out to kids in those different places y'all travel to?
Yeah, so we give them out to every city that we travel to. So this past year, we did about 700 toys between Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Dallas, and Atlanta.
Okay, cool. Maybe we can partner this year and
for sure.
For Christmas. So we'll talk offline about that.
Definitely,
most definitely.
Traveling state to state. Okay. I like that. Look, who's paying the gas bill for y'all?
Us. It's all in house.
whoever out of our pocket sometimes.
I'm telling you. I'm glad we caught gas before it hit kind of like that skyrocket point that it did. You know what I'm saying, over these past few months. So, but yeah, we coming all out of pocket. You know, donations and stuff help, but you know, the team definitely kicks in for everything that we do.
Write-offs, I know that. I bet that.
For sure.
Definitely,
exactly.
Definitely.
But it was a new thing that came out about write-offs and donations and contributions. I think they capped it at 300. I was like, what? I'm giving thousands and all I'm getting, you don't think you're gonna do is acknowledge 300? So that was new for me doing taxing.
Yeah.
So please be watch out for that, because people think that people getting a huge write-off for a donation and stuff like that, they only gonna acknowledge $300 of it. And I'm like, that's crazy, but I'm gonna still give though.
Yeah,
I want to say the government, but I don't want them to take our show off Spotify.
But you just said the government.
Audible, Amazon Music. We on YouTube. I don't want look shameless plug right there, but I don't want them to take us off. But I blame them. But anyways, DeQuinten, let me ask you this: as you all go state to state with the virtual learning, what is the vetting process for picking up different tutors or in a sense, what's your vetting process for the teachers in which you all bring on?
Yeah, so what we strive to do is we strive to work with people that are from the areas that we work in, either current college students or recent college graduates that are working in education or just have a want to give back. So, for example, in Atlanta, we work with a few artists and photographers that went to local Atlanta schools, went to some of these elementary schools that we work in, because they can really connect with the kids. Of course, everybody gets their background checks and, does all of that stuff to make sure everyone's safe. With COVID, doing a lot of things virtually, wearing masks and make sure everybody's tested and things of that nature. But we try to make sure that we don't just come in with our own people. We might have one or two, but we try to allow the people that's from the community to actually see the kids and talk to the kids, because they can share in their story. Like, I'm from Mansfield. I can't relate to what it's like being a 5-year-old, 6-year-old kid that growing up in Atlanta. Two completely different worlds. But I can come to Atlanta, find somebody that's in that age range that we looking for, that 20 to 28, 30, that wants to give back, wants to work in the community, and they can speak to what it's like to go into these schools and living in these communities.
All right. I feel like that's what they've been doing with police reform a little bit, trying to get the actual people that are from the neighborhoods in those neighborhoods. So that's kind of from what you said. That's what I took away from that, because I feel like obviously, as you mentioned, it's the rapport that you build with them. So that's great. That's great.
Absolutely. So, can you talk to us about some of your accomplishments?
Yeah, I think one of our biggest accomplishments is the toy drive. The first year that we did the toy drive, we had, I think it was 2016. We gave away about 40 toys to the entire kindergarten class at East Iberville Elementary, which is a small school right outside the Baton Rouge area in Iberville Parish. And last year we were able to give away 300 plus toys just in Dallas alone. So I think that was huge. 2021, we had our first virtual summer camp. So we allowed parents to sign up for free, and we actually mailed out packets that had English lessons, math lessons, a STEM project, and a science project, depending on the age of the kids and stuff. So I think that those things just showing our growth and the involvement that we're actually getting in the community.
That's good. Now, I know we have the highs, right? We talk about our accomplishments, but can you tell us about some of those lows as well?
Oh yeah, for sure. The pandemic really, we going into the spring of 2020 school year, we were in 7 schools in Baton Rouge and, doing our thing in the other places that we were in. But as soon as March hit, all the schools closed. We lost all the contracts. We had to let a huge amount of people go. And we really had to stop programming completely for about 3 or 4 months, really until that summer picked up. And that was really a low point. Because, I felt like we had hit our stride. We got 20, 30 people going to schools, kids learning new skills. They loving the programming, actually signing up and showing up in good numbers and improving their skills and stuff that we're working with them on, and just like that, it was all gone. So that was definitely tough, but it taught us a lot. It kind of made us shore up our virtual programming and stuff like that.
Wow. And kind of piggybacking off of obviously the pandemic, obviously, us in the world, we're not we're privy to New Orleans and Louisiana having natural disasters that have occurred within the last few years. So with that being said, are there any learning experiences that you have taken from those disasters that you have inputted into, maybe the way you all go about, bringing the whether it be the programs to the communities or the way in which you all handle your business in a sense, because you just never know when something may happen.
For sure. I mean, I guess the biggest takeaway is, like, I'm from, born and raised in Louisiana, so hurricanes aren't new. Of course, they destroy everything, and it's a terrible situation in the aftermath, but you really see the resilience of the community. And I think that the programs that we do are especially critical during those times. Like, in Louisiana, hurricane season is like from July to October. You know what I'm saying? At any point, you can have any number of hurricanes predicted to come, or they actually come through and, destroy a lot of things. But you see the resilience of the kids, but they need that extra, like they need that programming, like, because mom and dad stressed out, you know what I'm saying? You lose family members, you get disconnected from people, you relocate, so you need those extracurricular programs to kind of keep the kids, if that makes sense. And that's really why we do what we do with our hiring process, with hiring people that are from the area and really love this area that we work in wherever we go, because they can speak to that. Like, I got a lot of people that work with me now were kids when Katrina happened, and they know what that's like. They know what it's like to be at home one day, lose everything, and live in Dallas for 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying? Have to uproot everything that they have so they can speak directly to the kids' experience.
Yeah, that's crazy. I remember I was in 9th grade. When Katrina, I don't want to age myself too much, but I'm just saying, just thinking about it, like, as you say it, as it comes from your mouth, it's like, it's crazy to think that, somebody's displaced to the point at which, they don't have anything, so, so wow, and as I look at you all's programs and the way you all go about, positioning it to the communities, that's part of that. What I see is just in the event in which, hey, we live in Louisiana, things happen, but we are still going to be able to learn and stay connected. So it's pretty dope for sure.
Definitely. I know you all have excelling academically. You all are excelling academically. Can you tell our listeners the reason you decided to start a nonprofit focusing on children?
I just personally believe the kids are the future. I remember, we all remember when we were kids and how fast that time span went by. You know what I'm saying? So, and these kids, if you pay attention to them, they're much smarter than we were. They have access to way more information. So it's like in the next 5-10 years, these kids are going to be the ones that's running things. They're going to be the ones that's in charge, and they're going to remember, you know what I'm saying, the situation that they were left in. And I mean, I grew up in North and South Louisiana, if you will, and I saw the kids that didn't make it, and they didn't deserve to not make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't choose to, I'm gonna choose to live in this area that's high crime, high poverty. I'm gonna choose not to eat tonight. Like, it's just the circumstances. So I wanted to do something, you know what I'm saying, the best that I could do and the people in my group could do to improve their circumstances. If it's only, hey, we having free art lessons at the community center, you know what I'm saying? Come by, you can see some young black men and women that look like you, talk like you, and they really understand what you're going through. So I feel like that, if we can only offer that little bit of help, I think that can show a huge difference in somebody's life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to kids, they remember. And I feel, for me, I think the most crucial period of life is childhood.
Definitely.
I think that'll do a lot for you, obviously your future, but it does a lot mentally. And many adults don't realize, what they had and what they didn't have. In their circumstances, until they get to that stage of an adult. So I definitely kudos to you all for keeping that in mind. But from what I gather too, is like it's insurance. You making sure that in the future, whoever running things, you might have a job with them too.
Right.
Come on, man! I'm telling you, because they're not gonna forget, bro.
When they get the job, they need to be educated and not just know people.
You're gonna have that young boy that does gospel. I see it now. I know.
Hey, you never know, bro. You never know.
The Webby of gospel. All right,
the Webby the gospel.
Let me stop. Look, I'm trying.
That's hilarious.
I'm trying to put on Baton Rouge real quick. Tell us who's from there. Let us know who's from. Let us know some names from Baton Rouge. I think our listeners and viewers might be familiar with people that are in entertainment and stuff like that. But give us some history. Let us know a little bit about Baton Rouge, and you can talk about anywhere.
Or just any nonprofit organizations or nonprofit or leaders, social activists that are prominent in Louisiana.
That too.
Yeah, I'll say just starting off, TJ Jemison. TJ Jemison actually had the Baton Rouge bus boycott and actually spoke with Martin Luther King before the Montgomery bus boycott. So that's like one of the biggest and most inspirational people, because the Baton Rouge was, Louisiana is Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? Like, the South is the South. And he was able to actually execute a successful bus boycott and actually teach Martin Luther King some of the things that he learned during his campaign. Right now, Gary Chambers is from Baton Rouge.
Yes.
So, Gary Chambers is making...
a commercial.
I love him.
Yeah. So I met Brother Chambers a few times and spoke with him, and he's really in the community. Like, he's not just a person that shoots his commercials in the community, or shoots his Instagram ads in the hood. Like, no, like, he's at city council meetings. He's sitting down with young people having conversations that are really important, trying to sway them to go the other than the obvious route. There's a few
viral video with him and
hey, you got to do something. I support it. Like, he definitely got my vote. I tell you that.
Watching, trying to see about her shoes when we over here talking about kids and what they need. What you doing, Connie?
For sure. Like that, and that was really like what sparked it. Like that viral video at first, I don't think a lot of people know that was him. Like, that was at a East Baton Rouge Parish School Board meeting, and he just wasn't, he was sick of it. Like, you have situations in Baton Rouge, like some high school won a band competition. They were actually able to go to Italy, or they were able to go to France. And the school board, instead of voting on something that was actually important to the school, they're voting on expanding their travel budget so that they can go too with the school. What? That actually won the contest. See what I'm saying? So it's a lot of, but I say that to say he's really in the community. You know what I'm saying? Really got to
and that's good. We need more people like him in the community that's actually putting boots to the pavement and making sure that things are getting done and holding people to their promises. So I definitely, if I was in Louisiana, I'll vote for him myself. And
lies too, clearly. For our listeners, if you're not familiar with Gary Chambers, you can Google him.
Please.
So there's he's in politics in Louisiana, so definitely check him out for sure. Brittany, you have anything left for our guest, Mr. DeQuinten, today?
No, sir. But if you want to, you can just tell us how people can find you on social media, or just get in contact with you. Period.
Definitely.
For sure. You can check us out at Click Four Help. That's FOUR, like the number 4. On social media, you can check us out at click4help.org. That's our website. We post all of our programs and things like that on there. We always looking for opportunities, looking for principals, teachers, charter schools, private schools, regular school, home school, you know what I'm saying, outside school, whatever school you got, community centers, whatever we can do to help in any community anywhere. Because with these, just how we talking right now, like with these, we can do anything. So definitely.
Yes, thank you.
Definitely. Y'all find Click for Help everywhere, y'all. All right.
For sure.
Yes, please follow him. Great content. Thank you so much, Mr. Glenn, for your time.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. Awesome. I appreciate it.
Definitely.
Thank you, Mr. Glenn, for your time. We really appreciate this and the information that you have provided to us. Please, you guys, go out and follow Click for Help. That is CLICK, the number 4, and the word help, HELP. Thank you, guys. So now we will have a motivational moment by Ms. Joanne Dean.
Greetings and blessings to you. You know those feelings you have on the inside that tell you to do something or not to do something? That's called your intuition. Listen to it and watch how your life will grow. Until next time, continue to walk by faith. And remember, it all begins with you. Take care.
All right. Thank you, Miss Joanne Dean, for that motivational moment. We are back here at Let's Talk Nonprofit. Before we go, we want to make sure that our listeners as well as our viewers are able to follow us and find us and listen to us online, okay? You can find us on Facebook as well as Instagram. We are at Let's Talk Nonprofit ATL, okay? You can find us on YouTube as well as LinkedIn at Let's Talk Nonprofit. And then you can also find us on Twitter at S_nonprofit. And of course, you can find us online on our website, www.letstalknonprofit.org. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, Audible, Google Podcast, RS Feed, everything. Follow us online, share it.
On there, we on there.
Yep. Click, share, subscribe, and share with everybody. All right, Let's Talk Nonprofit.
Did he say what I think he said?
Brittany, do you have anything else you want to end us with today?
Oh my God!
I think we're gonna go enjoy listening to this podcast after we're done.
We need to cut it.